Hey YouTube, thank you for checking out my poker vlog. I'm TR from All Out Poker, and I'm starting this bankroll building challenge playing $25 buy-in on Bovada Zone Poker. I'll be playing higher stakes as the bankroll grows. The ultimate goal for me is to use this bankroll to buy into the WSOP main event, which is my lifelong dream to play. I will log and share all my wins and losses on every video, so if you find values in these contents, please consider like and subscribe so you won't miss the future episodes. If you're new to Bovada Poker, please sign up using the link below. Let's get into today's video. Alright, so now we're in the game. Note that I have about $100 on Bovada. The reason for that is because I don't want to put my entire bankroll on Bovada. My bankroll is on Coinbase. I keep that in the cryptocurrency format, so that the money can grow when the Bitcoin grows. So I do have a high expectation that the Bitcoin price would jump up a little bit in the next few months due to this sickness that going around and the inflation of the dollar that's coming. So I think that probably gonna be a good place. So just show you I have my balance here, so I will move in and out as I need it. So and then as far as poker goes, so I will skip ahead to the hands that is the highlight of the session, so you don't have to sit through hours and hours of footage. Okay, so for first hand we have 8 jacks of spades. So a standard raise here, 3 times the big blind. So we got button coming along. So let's go to the flop. The flop is pretty bad, 6, 2, 7, all hard. I'm gonna check it here, and I'm probably gonna do check fold. Move on to the next hand. Next hands we have ace 10 on the button. So if nobody raised, I'm probably gonna do a standard raise here. So we have small blind coming along. This is a standard C bet for me. Kings and queens, those cards are favor my pre-flop raise. So the next one we got ace king on small blind, so probably gonna just call this. I don't want to blow up the pot unnecessary. Looks like we got a raise in front of us, and I just call. Probably gonna be check fold here, unless this person check to me. I'm probably gonna try to take this away. When he calls, I'm probably done with this hand. Probably gonna be check fold. Yeah, I'm gonna fold here. Rough start, already down over $5. We got ace 7 suited here. I'll do a standard raise. Flop decent. Got an ace on the flop, so I'm gonna c-bet this one. Half side of the pot. Now when the big blind calls, I think he probably either have a jack or a hard draw. When the king comes, I'm kind of worried a little bit because he might have king jack. It turned out he has an ace jung anyway, so I'll move on to the next hand. Okay, so this hand is kind of weird. So I'm on the button, so a standard raise here. I got a jack, so I'm gonna do a c-bet representing that ace. He calls, so I am going to slow down, but then he don't lead to me with a 6. That tells me it's kind of weird. I feel like he has like a space, a club draw with the 6 in the hand. So, and then yeah, I didn't believe him, so I kind of bet it through, and he did call, and I won that one. The next hand, we got pocket fives on the big blind. I'm gonna defend that. Pretty bad flop. Going to check and see what he does. He's checking back to me, so I'm going to check to him again. I have a showdown value, so I didn't want to bloat up the pots here. Yeah, probably call that down. This one I misplay. I should not have checked this. I don't think he has a 9, so I should have bet something. I was checking, hoping he, continue on betting, but he checked. So that was a misplay on my part. And the next hand we have pocket queens. Do a standard raise here. I always raise 3 times the big blind, so I don't change my raise sizes. Even though this type of game they can't really exploit you, but when you raise more or less, I feel like it's not consistent. Okay, pretty bad flop, but we're gonna see bet nonetheless. I'm gonna continue betting here. I have a feeling he had probably one space card, and yeah, I'm taking that down. The next hand we have pocket tens under the gun, so we're raising that up. We got one caller. Flop pretty nice here, so we're gonna do. I'm actually checking here because we hitting the board pretty hard. He probably can't have much with the 2 and 4s. When the king come, I tried to bet, but obviously he had nothing, so I'm taking that one down. This one we have ace queen of clubs, so we're gonna raise that up. Got an ace on the flop, pretty nice flop. So I'm checking here, trying to make it look a little bit weaker, and do a check calm down. And turn out he has the same hand. The next hand we have pocket queens again. I'm gonna raise this up. Nice flop, all low cards. He bet into me. Board is kind of straighty, but he checked me on the second, on the turn. So I did put a bet out, and he folded. So he probably has some sort of a small pair or one card to a straight draw or something. Oh, we have a tip of the day here. So if you notice, the big blind has only about $4, and I raise just because I'm on the button. I haven't looked at his stack because he has such a short stack. When big blind has short stack and you don't have a good enough hand to call in, don't call. We move on to the next one. We have Queen Jack suited. Flop pretty good here, although we are out of position, so I checked to him. And now that he checked it back, so he probably doesn't have any aces in his hand, so I just put a bet out here, hope to take it down. Yep. when he calls, last one here, this is a bluff. I hope that he doesn't call because I'm sort of representing the ace here, so worked out pretty well. We have ace-2 space on the button, so we could raise here, but I don't think ace-2 was strong enough to raise. And sure enough, we flop, the nuts here, so I'm doing a small raise because I don't think a lot of people can call because I got, the ace of space. So we got one customer, so which is great. So I don't want to bet too large here, so I'm trying to keep him in and trying to string him along. Hope he calls, and he does. So I got the nuts here still. So for some reason I thought he may have a flush and would call me anyway. So I just bombed it, and I should have probably go for about $2.50 or $3 there, but we'll move on to the next one. Pocket sixes. So we do a standard raise. So now we got a big re-raise here. I usually don't call. My strategy is to fold this type of hands because pocket six, either you re-raise, you four bet him, or you fold. I don't know why I call there. That's a bad play on my part. Move on to the next one. We have king queen. This is also the hand that I should not be playing. Under the gun, king queen, that is offsuit. If it's suited, I consider playing, but offsuit variety is just hard to play. You can see here multiple player calls, and I just have to kind of check and hope nobody bets and improve on the later street. Luckily I got king on the turn, so I'm gonna start betting here, trying to protect from the club draw, space draw, and the diamond draw. This guy re-raised. My thought here was he probably on the diamond draw, right? So I hope for no diamond, and the front door spade comes in. I wasn't worried about that one. I'm more worried about the diamond. And one thing I should have thought was he may have had kings of spades, and that's a big bet. But I thought that he has a diamond, so turned out he actually does have the spade draw. So, and he got it. So that bring out a countdown to $17. So really, really rough start here. Now we have another king queen, so I'm gonna raise that up now that I'm in the closer to the button, a better position here, and we flop pretty good. We got a trip here, so I checked here because we crushed the board pretty hard. It's hard for other people to have anything, so so the big blind bet, and he got re-raised, so that's great for me. So I'm just gonna call here and probably raise at the end if no one raises. Okay, so we got 125, so I'm gonna raise that up. I think I rated it to like $5, $5.10. Hope for at least one of them to call. And sure enough, we got it. So that bring back our balance back to where we started. All right, the next hand we have here, we got Jack 10. I usually don't play this hand, but seen him on the big blind, so I kind of forced to play here. I got a Jack on the flop, so if no one bets, I'm probably gonna bet here to protect my hands. This guy bet 40. I'm gonna raise a little bit and see where I'm at and try to get rid of someone else. It looks like everybody's calling, so I'm probably gonna do a check call, a check fold here. Everybody's still not betting on the turn, so this might be something to do with that diamond. So I'm gonna try to bet and try to see if we can take this down. And that was the case, so got that through nicely. Next hand we have pocket jacks. So I'm gonna do a standard raise here. So we got button calling and the big blind is gonna fold. Okay, decent flop here, all low cards. So I'm gonna do a C bet. So button raised to $2 here. I'm gonna call because he could have a draw. He could have, anything, and he in position, so he might use that to. The turn bet is really small. Now I think I'm ahead, so the river is fairly safe. So I'm gonna go ahead and put out a bet here. He does call, but our jacks are good. Move on to next hand. So we're up a little bit now. So this one was, my decision was half and half. I thought I should just call, but I decided to raise. I should have just called because he's under the gun, so he could have potentially strong hand here, even though I'm in position. So what happened here is I think he re-raised, and I ended up having to fold here. So here we move on to next hand. We have King Queens of Hearts. I'm gonna raise that up. Flop and open ender. So I'm going to C bet this. Yeah, the turn is not as great, and yeah, when he went all in there, I know my hand's not good, so I have to fold there. Move on to the next one. We got ace tens of diamond, but on the small blind, so I probably play passively on this one. Just gonna call. Got an ace on the flop, which is great. So I'm gonna check call. Unless he checked, then I'm gonna raise at the end, and hopefully he calls. And he does, and got that win nicely. Okay, next one we have ace queen. Pretty bad flop here. We're in position, but if he bets, I'm probably going to fold. But I think I call here. The reason for that is because it's a really good board to float. But yeah, when he rebet it again, I just have to fold that one. Another ace queen, this time on the button. So I'm gonna do a standard raise here. Pretty bad flop. I'm gonna check here. Not a 9. I'm gonna check. I think I have a best hand here, and I thought he was bluffing, so I call him out, but turned out he had quad, so lose money there. So now back to under the buy-in again. We have Jack Nine of Hearts, so usually I don't play this hand, but I think since I have the position on this guy, I decided to throw some chip in. Got a jack here, so I'm probably going to call, especially when he bets so small. I'm really lucky on the turn. We have another jack here, so let's see what he does here. He bet $2, so I'm gonna probably call here and raise on the river. So he checks, so I'm gonna bet here. I don't want to bet a lot here because I don't think he can call much. If he's actually on the draw, he's not gonna call anything at all. So yeah. Next hand we have pocket 8. So I'm gonna raise that up. We got a big re-raise here. I'm gonna call here because I got a good position. When there's an ace on the flop, it doesn't mean he have an ace, so I'm gonna float here one time, and if he checked, I'm gonna bomb it, but he continue half pot, so I ended up having to fold here. We got ace king heart, so on the button, gonna re-raise that. Got a pretty bad flop, but I'm going to c-bet this. Not a good flop to c-bet, to be honest with you, because of the pair board, but glad I got that through. We got a pocket aces here with a person raising in front of you, so is it going to be a nice pot going into the flops, if he calls, that is. And we flop really well here. I did check pretty quickly here because we crushed the board. There's not much that he can have, and now he bet pot. I'm not gonna raise here because if he's bluffing, I want to keep his bluffs in. Or if he has a 9 or something, now he just have a reason to go all in. So easy call here, and pretty much double up here. And you can see here he splashed out with king queens. So the check on the flop was paying off. Next hands here, so we're up nicely now, over $20. We got pocket jacks. Pretty bad flop, so I'm going to check here. Hopefully no one bets. So when another king comes, so that make it unlikely that other people will have a king, so I'm going to bet here and hopefully try to take it down. Plus I got the club draw as a backup, and I got that one through. Next hand we have pocket queens. So we're out of position, and also we have a raise and a re-raise in front of us, so I'm just gonna call here. Yeah, pretty bad flop. We have king on the flop. Ace kings or any kings is actually on his range, so I'm gonna play this one pretty cautiously. 288. Yep, I'm out of there. Okay. The next hand we got king queens of heart. We got a raise and a re-raise, so I'm gonna just call here. So it looks like we're gonna get 3 people to the flop. Flop pretty good here. We got a gut shot and flush draw here with a king high flush draw as well. Everybody checks, so I'm gonna put a bet out here. Trying to take it down without having to make any hands. We got 2 callers here. A 7. But Jack will make us straight, so but it will make us a better straight than because we have king queen here, so I'm gonna call one time here, hope to hit the jack or any hearts. If it's the queen or queens, I'm actually gonna fold if someone bets here. Fortunately, we got a heart here, so I'm gonna put out a bet, and hopefully he calls. Don't want to be too big here, just about half sight. If he has a jack, he's probably gonna call, which he did. So, yep. So that. Okay, next hand we got the pocket kings. And we got a raise, so we're gonna bump that up. I got a whole bunch of aces and kings and queens this session, but you know, as you can see here, this is like probably the second pocket king that I show you guys, because most of the time they're just folded before it even get to me. So this time I'm gonna bet half pot here. The diamond concerned me a little bit, but since he checked all the way through, you know, I'm just gonna keep on betting here. I don't think he has a diamond. Yeah, take that one down as well. So we have ace king here. We are up about $35. So ace kings on button, so I raise that up, and then we got re-raised, so that's an easy fold here. Ace king doesn't play well with, feels like he has queens or better, so I don't want to gamble. Okay, so we got pocket queens on the button, really nice. So we'll do a standard raise here. Okay, we got one caller. And we flop really well, so I'm actually gonna bet here because of the two diamonds there. And he calls, so this one I'm gonna bet a little bit heavier, because if he's on the diamond draw, I want him to pay for it, so I'm going to like $3. And see what he does. Yeah, he's actually folded. So I'm kind of glad he folded, because ace of diamond came, and that would be really awkward. And you know, if you jam all in or something like that, I don't think I can call. So that was a good bet here on that turn. And the next hand we have pocket queen. So this is actually the last hand I'm playing. So so we got a raise. So I re-raise him to 240. Pretty nice flop, all low cards, so I'm gonna c-bet this one. And he calls, so another low card here, so I'm going to go ahead and continue. The 5, 7, and 8 kind of concern me a little bit here, so if he calls here on the river, I'm probably going to check it down if he checked to me. And yeah, he has pocket 10, so we take that one down. So yeah, I'm up almost 2 buy-ins, so that usually the time I quit. That's my rule anyway. So up about $43. So here's my tracker. So I'm up $43 today. So thank you for watching, guys, and please like and subscribe when episode 2 come out, so you can come back and watch this journey together. Have a good one.